Hello and welcome to the 61st game of the competition. So this is the Under-19 Australians versus the Under-19 Canadians. A very interesting game this one should be, shouldn't it, Romy?
Look, I'm very much looking forward to this game. We've got...
Well, it looks like we're having some technical difficulties.
Sorry about that. I hope you caught that. We've got a great game coming up today. We've got the Australian women, strong contentions for medal position here. And we've got the Canadian women in the court as well. And let me tell you, these women are such an impressive force.
Such an inspiration, aren't they? So they do have only 8 players this year, half of which have been to a previous world competition. So it really is great to see such young players out here giving it their first worlds.
Sorry, Elise. We've just been speaking to their coach, Pierre, and he tells us that number 11 is their most junior player. She's been playing for just 6 months.
6 months. It's pretty good.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we've got the youngest player from the Spain Worlds here. She was just 13 at her first Worlds. She's now the youngest on the team again at 15 now.
Fantastic to see her coming back again. So it really is great to see when we get players coming back from multiple Worlds. So.
And so what are your thoughts on the Australians, Elise?
Well, after their game yesterday, they're probably a little bit rattled, but hopefully they're coming in today with a bit of a fresh mind and a really positive outlook on today's game. It should be a very interesting one, given Canadia's... I knew I'd do
Only
that.
a minute in and she's done it.
Damn it. Well, yesterday was like 30 seconds, so this is going really well.
And so what are your thoughts on the Australians today, Elise?
They should go really well. I really hope that they have a cracker of a game and that they've recovered from yesterday's.
And I would just love to
loss,
see Canada sink a puck into the bin there. It'd be so impressive for them to get a goal.
So 2 seconds to go. Oh, thank you. Both teams, really strong start. It looks like Australia's first on the puck. Very strong start there from the strike, Natalie.
Nice flick out there to the right wing, but it's coming back into the centre now.
Those strikes are just really using their massive limbs to just move that puck around. They've got great movement so far. It's in the middle of the court, looks like, though, with neither team really making much ground.
Certainly, we can see that wall just seems to be magnetic. The teams just want to take it straight over there all the time. Very little use of the centre corridor.
Quite a few numbers on the top. Looks like which is not exactly what you want to see this early in the game, but we're having a bit of a drive from Australia. Didn't catch what number that was, but again, taking it to the wall. Some great possession, though.
And often with these, the first game of the day, the teams do take a bit of time just to wake up and get into the swing of things.
Now, it looks like Natalie IREDALE, again, very close to the goals there.
Oh, and that was beautifully defended by Canada. Bit unlucky there.
But it looks like Australia's synced it, or they're just about to. Now we've got a call from the ref. It looks like against Australia.
And that will be a no goal, a chopping foul against Australia, and the player will set back. Didn't quite see who chopped that one.
Not great to see that many, or a foul being called this early in the game, but hopefully Australia can clean it up a bit, and Canada.
Canada.
Why do I say Canada? And Canada can keep up this great defense.
And what we did hear from Pierre a bit earlier is that they're not just here for the win, they're more interested in the experience. And that's so impressive to see such maturity from these young women.
It is, and Worlds is a great experience. Do you remember your first Worlds, Rummy?
I do. I was 14. I was a bit of a mess back then.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Now, great drive there from the Australians, taking on the 45, getting it close to the goals. Looks like it's been lost, but the Australians picking it back up. Got a couple of numbers on the bottom, which is what you want to see, and they've synced it. So didn't see what number that was, but the refs have called it. It looks like it's going to be a goal. It has. So number
11, I think we're seeing there. Just
number
waiting
11.
On confirmation.
So Annika, good on you, Annika. Now, she is one of the younger players we have, but she is a power. She's a force to be reckoned with. So this is her second Worlds, and so one of the more experienced players we have. But yeah, just extremely powerful and very, very strong.
And so what about your first Worlds, Elise? Can you tell us a bit about that?
Oh, it was just a whirlwind. I had an absolute blast of a time. Now,
and where was that?
Spain. It's pretty good.
And so how many of these women on the Australian team are still here from Spain, do you think?
Now, a good portion of them. So it looks like, though, hold on.
Yeah, and we're seeing a bit of crossover between these courts. A lot of the players are getting the buzzers a bit confused, and it is early in the game, so you might expect that.
Yeah, we did get a lot of that last Worlds as well, but hopefully they can clean that up a bit or maybe change the buzzers a little bit.
We are looking for the deep pitch buzzer here, not the
now
high
a
pitched
really strong drive from Australia, taking it very, very close to the walls. Canada's doing a great job of defending it, but I don't know.
And we can see it going into the corner there. A nice safe position, very hard for the Australians to rip it back out, and a great place for Canada to defend it.
Yeah, the Canadians just keeping it safe in that corner and hopefully making a drive down that wall. But it looks like Australia's definitely putting the pressure on. Lots of numbers on the bottom.
What I would like to be seeing here is the Australians ripping that puck off the wall and bringing it out through the centre corridor, but it seems they've chosen just to bash it along the wall instead.
Yeah, we were talking to the Canadian coach before, and they said that the Canadians tend to play more of a wall game, whereas the Australians are almost going for a centre game this world, which is a very interesting move.
Now we just got a bit of obstruction there against number 4 from the Australian team. Who's that, Elise?
Natalie IREDALE, the captain. So Chris Norman won't be happy with that.
Yeah. And we did see in this last game the Australians played, it was a bit dirty, and we would it'd be great if they could just clean it up a little more.
Now both teams nice and flat in the bottom there. The Australians probably wanted to get down a little bit more. Canadians almost glued to the bottom there. Lots of numbers up though, unfortunately, but playing a very well game this one here.
And already I can see the Australians have made a fairly major improvement from the last game they played. They are sitting a lot flatter on the bottom. Against South Africa, they were sort of hovering at
now,
about 45
huge drive
degrees.
there from, didn't see who it was, but looks like the Australians can flick it in.
Oh, and what a beautiful
drive. I believe that was number 4, Natalie IREDALE, the captain. Well done, Nat.
Yeah, and that
What
will
a
be
cracker
number 4.
of a goal.
Congrats, Nat. Great goal to sink there. Wonderful flicking too. And good stuff to see her following that in and not just leaving it when she flicks it.
Oh, it's the worst thing ever when you see a player flick a goal and it just either bounces out or she doesn't follow it in, and it could be defended by one of the backs, and it's so painful to watch, isn't it?
It is, and we're all guilty of it at some point, especially the
for
younger
sure.
players. But Natalie is one of the more experienced girls on this team, and she is the captain for the first time.
Yeah, beautiful to see her following that one through.
Now, Canada's got an interesting game outlook. Their coach, Pierre, tells us that they're not just here to improve themselves, they're also looking to improve the other team.
Oh, such a Canadian thing, isn't it? Good hearts of gold, they really do.
And they're looking to try and switch things up, and if the Australians are trying to make a certain play, the Canadians want to shut that down wherever possible. And you can see just then the Australians trying to bring it into the centre of the pool, but instead it's being forced back onto the wall by Canada.
A bit of a wall game this one here, which is an interesting move from the Australians. So either wanting to kill a bit of time or just maybe tire out the Canadians a bit.
Yeah, and Elise and I were both a bit critical of the Australians for letting South Africa control the puck on the wall in their last game.
Now we've got an obstruction against Australia.
Chopping?
Yeah. Yep. With those big wooden sticks they have, it is quite easy to do, especially on the walls. Those girls just wanting to rip it off. Very, very easy to chop.
Classic Australian sticks tend to be quite chunky. A lot of other countries use slightly thinner, more aerodynamic sticks. We just prefer the big mallets, like South Africa as well likes their sticks big.
You bet they do. You bet they do. Now, anyway, lots of numbers on the bottom here, which is lovely to see.
That's a good drive there from the Aussies.
The Canadians putting the pressure on, but it looks like the Australians just wanted a tiny bit more, making a 45 into the goal tray, but doesn't look like the Canadians are going to let them.
Yeah, and that was a much better move from the Australians there, rather than going into the corner and trying along the back wall. They've tried to bring it out into the centre.
It is extremely hard to wall bash when you're in that corner into the goal tray, and it's a much safer, a lot more consistent move if you just take it out a bit and take it on a 45.
And it's very impressive from the Canadians here as well. They've been on that back wall for a long time now. I'm not sure they've had the opportunity to sub, and you can see they're still going. Just such fitness.
I know. Now it looks like the Australians going to sink that one in again. Fantastic move there by number
6 there.
Maddie LOHREY, good on you. This is
and Maddie's a wonderful story here. This is her first Worlds.
This is her first Worlds,
and her brother's here as well.
Her brother Sam LOHREY. So very much a
family sport.
It's a family sport,
and we are a family sport here at Underwater Hockey. A lot of people have brothers or parents or sisters or just friends who are so close they could be family.
Oh yeah, it is very. You do become family with all your players and your teammates. It's fantastic.
Elise and I are actually joined at the hip.
It's kind of gross. No, we're not. Don't lie like that on camera. Now, we've got a timeout here, or what's been called?
Yeah, we seem to have a timeout
halftime?
here from one of the teams. Not sure who called this one, but it's a great opportunity for the
Canadians?
coaches.
Australians? one of them. It's 50-50 either way. Now, probably wanting to give these girls a bit of a break. So Australia has been putting the pressure on Canada, that's for sure. So the coach probably just reassuring the girls that, of their defence, because they have been really good at defending for the last couple of minutes, haven't they?
And it was great to see with the Aussies. They just had so many down when they scored that goal. And you can see that it's a real numbers game right now. Just the more you have on the bottom, the better your chances of getting it in the tray.
Speaking numbers, though, we do have to remind you that Canada only has 8 players. So that means at any given time, they will only have 2 subs, which really puts the pressure on all the girls in the water.
And we were told that their coach Pierre is really focused on their fitness. And you can just see from these girls, they're all so fit.
Number 7, though, really great control of the puck there. So Lily McGovern taking out the walls. Looks like she's stolen it from one of the Canadians, but now lovely drive there by, looks like Natalie IREDALE, flicking it back to one of the backs.
And great positioning from that back there, just really anticipating the puck coming back.
Yeah, lovely double teaming from the Australians. Well done, girls.
It certainly paid off.
Yeah.
That was
really,
excellent.
really gelled together as a team.
And that's number 10, I think, by the looks of things.
Number 10, Caitlin PARR. So second worlds for this Caitlin.
And she's from Queensland, is she? No, I'm wrong,
No, I think she's from Queensland.
Oh, okay. She's a lovely girl, Caitlin.
If you're not, I'm very sorry,
With
Caitlin.
with a wonderful number 10.
Is that your number?
It was.
There you go. I was 9, actually.
And who's
Back
number
in the
9
day.
on the Australians now?
Gabs.
Oh, and Gabby Larson, she's one of our younger players as well. First Worlds.
First Worlds.
She's come a long way, though. Very impressive from Gabby.
Yeah, ex-swimmer, that one there. So she's got great strength underwater.
We see Australians winning that strike again. Very quick off the
Both
strike.
teams are very fast in the strike, which is lovely to see. So obviously the fitness for the Canadians has paid off quite a bit. Or the fitness training.
And we actually see it coming back into the Australian defence now. So
Yeah.
good push from Canada.
Yeah, so Canada obviously putting the pressure on. Lots of numbers on the bottom. Now a bit of a wall drive, but doesn't look like the Australians are going to give it to them. It's very much in the middle at this point in the game, though, with both teams probably tiring a little bit.
And you can just see so many caps on the bottom now. Well, they're coming up now, but there were many on the bottom just then.
Now both teams really pushing out that wall. Neither fouling, though, which is lovely to see. Now taking it on a 45. Big drive there from the Australians, but again, Canada. Oh, why do I do
I'm going to keep a running tally, I think, for how many times you say this.
Please
Louise.
don't. I'm so sorry to the Canadian team.
We might just say Australia now as well, just to make things even.
Why do I do this? But anyway. So both teams, all the Australians taking it on a 45. Lovely drive there by the Australians and fantastic double teaming. So a couple numbers on the bottom there, and the Canadians unfortunately just not being able to hold them out.
Number 13 there.
Number 13, Katarina. So this is her first Worlds, but she is a Western Australian, I believe. Isn't?
Unfortunately, I don't know Katarina at all. I
she's a
would love
Western
to. I'm sure she's wonderful.
She's very lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, first Worlds.
And we can see again, every time the Australians are scoring, they are bringing it out into the middle. Working on that wall, it just isn't working. It needs to be brought out into the centre of the court if they want a chance at scoring. But Canada's doing a great job containing it on the wall. It's exactly what they'd want.
Now the Australians, so Natalie IREDALE, very fast in the strike, just flicking it through. Fantastic double team there, curling it around, giving it to her wing, who then gives it to halfback. Again, flicking it through. Lovely moves there from the Australians, but the Canadians then taking it back to the wall where they know it's safe.
We've got a call from the ref now. Seems to be a bit of barging.
Against the Canadians.
Obstruction.
I think it was barging, but it may have been obstruction. Either way, though.
I've always been a bit loose on the rules. I tend to just try and play my own way.
You're such a dirty player, though, Romy. So dirty.
Well, with the under-23 Australian women, the seniors to these girls, we had enough players playing a bit dirty. I didn't really need to do too much there.
Now the Australians taking it, looks like down the guts, but the Canadians again.
No,
what have we got? Unsportsmanlike conduct from the
just had a kick
Australians.
out.
Yes, that is number 12, I think. Is that Maggie Biffin? Maggie Biffin. What
Now, I've spoken to her mother after this game, and she was a bit upset that we said Maggie might have been barging a little bit, but it goes to show she perhaps could just clean up her game a
Now
little.
the Australians will be not happy with this. So Maggie is their vice captain and is one of their backs. I believe she's playing fullback this competition. So the Australians will really have to put the pressure on. And the Canadians, this is a great opportunity for them. I really hope they capitalise on it.
And Maggie certainly is a keystone for this team. She really holds them together.
Now, great pressure there from number 13, or number 9, looks like.
Got number 7 going for a good drive there. Well flicked into the centre to our player.
Yeah, we've got some great puck work this comp, don't we? So great skills from both teams. The refs have called something though. They're not happy with the Australians look like barging. Yeah. Was that barging? I think so.
And we've got a timeout here. I think that will be Canada.
So the refs
calling
times
that
out for the Australians actually. So this is probably Chris Wenman giving them a talk and wanting them to probably play a more defensive game and just kill time, I guess, until they can get one of their backs back in.
And remember, we do have only 5 in for the Australians now, so Canada will be really wanting to capitalise on this opportunity.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for the Canadians to take it down the wall and...
And we've just been visited by one of the South African under-19 women.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Would you like to say anything, Helen? No, she doesn't. And now the South Africans will be facing up against the Australians again later today, and it'll be a great showdown.
Yeah, I can't wait to have a commentate and have a watch on that game.
Yeah,
there.
and just before this game, we did see South Africa take on New Zealand, and they were beaten 2-1. The Saffers.
2-1, but a fantastic game.
Gee,
so
it was a close game.
Yeah, both
with
teams
the New
really
Zealand's
putting
just
the pressure
scoring
on.
the last 3 or 4 minutes there to make it 2-1.
Now both teams got lots of numbers on the bottom. Interesting to see the different configurations from both the teams here. So Canada taking it for a good flick there and great defense from number 9. One of the more experienced players, isn't she? Number 9?
Number 9 is Alexis Snyder.
Alexis Snyder. This is her second Worlds.
Now, I could be wrong here. I think the captain of the Canadians
great moves there from Lily Ladd McGovern, taking for a huge swim across the pool. Now it looks like she's going to chase it, but yeah, wow. Fantastic switch from Lily Ladd McGovern.
And that is classic Australian play there.
It is very, very open game these girls like to play, wearing out the Canadians.
And it's much better now to see them taking it off the wall.
So the refs have called something up. Looks like chopping against the Canadians. Again, very easy to do on these walls, and especially when you get big runs like that. All you want to do is rip the fuck off their stick. So it's an understandable call.
Yeah, and we would expect the Canadians to be just getting a bit tired now, just looking for these last 2 minutes, just hold it out of their tray and get that breather at halftime.
It is quite frustrating as well when you have a scoreline like this. But the Australians, again, putting their pressure on. Lots of numbers down from the Canadian girls, which is lovely to see. Now, fantastic double teaming there from the Canadians, but the Australians, again, just not letting them have an inch, are they?
It looks like they're cutting back. Oh, and a beautiful drive
lovely
there.
drive there from the Australians. And just
wonderful
sinking
double
it
teaming.
in.
Her teammates
Fantastic double
supporting her
teaming
there.
yeah. It looked like it may have been Lily Ladd McGovern.
Number
who
10
was that?
there.
Number 10, Caitlin PARR. Fantastic work, Caitlin. Really well done. So this is her second Worlds. So one of the more experienced players.
Yeah, and we've just got 1.5 minutes left on this game. We'll see if the Canadians can keep it out. I'd expect the Australians to be going for a bit of a spearhead now with just a minute left of the play, but I could be wrong.
Now, Canadians, again, really fast in the puck there, beating the Australians to it. The Australians may be tiring after this very intense first half, but huge drive there from Natalie IREDALE. And lovely work there by one of the wings. Not
And
sure
a great
who that was.
push pull from her.
Great push forward there by Nat. But the Canadians, again, fantastic on the defense, taking it out to the defensive corner.
And the Canadians have just been so solid in their defense. They always bring it out.
Yeah, they've got they're very strong in the walls, so it's very good to commentate and very good to watch.
See, yeah, there's a lot of girls just getting a bit tired now. Really looking forward to that halftime break. You can see a few caps on the surface. But some of these girls are just popping up and down, no break at all.
Yeah, the Canadians really wanting to get their numbers on the bottom to defend against the Australians. Or just keep it in the corner, really, and not let them score for the next 23 seconds.
We can see that ref keeping a very watchful eye on this game.
Yeah, they do a fantastic job.
Fortunately, blocking our view of the goal tray as well, but that's all right. I'd rather he see than us.
Well, no, they do a very good job. The Australians are taking it back and hopefully scoring with the next couple of seconds to go, but don't think, again, unsportsmanlike from the Australians. It looks, I don't know.
That will be half-time by the look of things. We'll see if that's a kick out now.
Half-time, but it looks like the refs may kick out one of the Australian girls. This is the second call for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Now we'll just see who that is. Oh, thanks, Mum.
What did she do?
It's my mum.
Aww.
Yeah, and we do have a live chat running, guys. So if you're watching from home, Australia or Canada, we'd love to hear from you. If there's any
Canada also, we can take questions from there as well. Now, we're
quite see
still
who that
not
kick
sure
out
what's
is
happening with the
there,
kick out, but
unfortunately.
the refs are having a bit of a chat about that. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they kick out the Australian girls for the beginning of the next half.
And we have seen it has been a slightly foul-y game.
Yeah, it has been a really dirty game, which is a very interesting from the Australians. Chris Wemmen probably not that happy with that, with the way these girls are playing. I mean, it's fantastic, the scoreline, but if they could just clean up their game a little bit, he'd probably be a fair bit happier.
I would say so. Now at halftime, it is a great time to plug our sponsors, and we are very grateful for your support, without which we would not be running this wonderful tournament. First, we have to thank the state government for their support. If you are here and haven't had a chance to see the island, definitely have a look around. It's a beautiful place.
Also, on YouTube as well, as of today, we have reached 1,242 subscribers.
Amazing. We've broken that 1K mark.
Oh, fantastic. Good on them. I reckon... Well, I hope we beat 10K by the end of this competition, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah,
so
and we do thank you all.
Yeah,
we also have to thank Vertex for providing all our official and volunteer shirts. We're very grateful. We're looking wonderful in our Cadbury purple.
Very dapper. It's what a flattering colour.
And the logo has been made by the Poco people. We're very grateful to them. And we do have to thank Wing & Co, who've been feeding us this tournament.
Fantastic rub. It's really, really
and it's
good.
great for the volunteers just to have some food to keep on their game.
Now, still not sure what's happening with the Australians, whether or not a girl... Oh, it does. It looks like they've got one of the ladies kicked out. Who's that there? Number 9, Gabrielle Larson. So interesting from her that she's been kicked out. I don't know if it was her that did the unsportsmanlike conduct or... saying hi to some of the fans. Sorry about that.
Yeah, we have many fans.
So many
here
fans.
in the commentary box. And lastly, I'd just like to thank everyone who's working on the streaming overlays. You've probably seen just how impressive our video and our streaming has been this tournament, and it's through the incredible hard work and dedication of our team. We're so appreciated.
We are. Now, with just 20 seconds to go, interesting from Australia to only have 5 in the water, so hopefully the Canadians can capitalise on that.
Yeah, go Canada. Great to see you score, guys. We're cheering for you up here.
We are. You've all got hearts of gold. It's so sweet. Now, lots of focus there from the Canadians. It's great to see. Very strong start. Oh, one of the girls a bit late off the walls.
And Natalie very strong on the puck there, winning by a comfortable foot.
Now, great control there from the puck. Fantastic double teaming from the Australians. It looks like they're just ploughing through the Canadians, taking it out to the wall.
And well brought back into the centre. It looks to be heading right in front of the tray now.
Yeah, fantastic spearheading though by the Australians off the strike. So very, very strong.
And well defended by Canada, clearing it straight to the wall just as their gameplay.
Now Australia taking it out a little bit, probably wanting to give themselves a bit more room to move. Big flick there from the Australians, and fantastic double teaming. So looks like that was either Natalie IREDALE.
It must be number 12 to me.
Number 12, Maggie Biffin. So well done.
I think.
Do we have 13? Oh, Katarina, well done.
My mistake, Katarina. Congratulations on that goal.
Fantastic double teaming though, so huge flick from one of the backs it looked like to the forward, so just shows that numbers on the bottom really does pay off in these kind of games.
Such confidence in your teammates, just having the ability to flick and trust that
they'll be there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so reassuring.
And it does show. I did hear that the Canadians haven't actually played together until the tournament began, which is amazing. They're playing so much better than you'd believe, knowing that.
The Canadians, a huge lick from the Canadians, taking it out to the wall, not letting the Australians have it.
Oh, and a beautiful curl back.
Yeah, lovely curl from number 4. Number 12, again, trying to push it through, but I think she might curl. Number 5, it looks like, again, fantastic double teaming.
Yeah, and wonderful work just passing back and back. Very impressive. They're so strong on the wall.
It is. They're not letting the Australians have it at all, which is fantastic to see.
And then
the Australians,
see the Canadian coach closely watching this game here to pick up on some things that the girls might be able to improve on.
The Australians are making that 45 towards the goal tray. Hopefully the Canadians... Oh, now
great
fierce
double
contest.
team there.
Yeah, fantastic double team, but looks like the refs are going to call it. It did bounce a bit, but yeah, the ref's going to call that one as a goal. number 10?
Number
No,
11. that
11,
looks to me.
Annika Keel. Fantastic work, Annika. Well done.
Mm.
Now, this is her second Worlds.
Yeah,
And
we can
yes,
just see
a young gun, just a fantastic little player.
the Australians have really sorted out their numbers on the bottom. You can see now they've easily got one or two more girls just sitting there to help their teammates as they head towards the goals.
Fantastic double teaming and lovely spearhead work from the Australians. The Australians, again, very fast in the puck. Don't know if they're going to let the Canadians have it. And very strong there on the strike. Both
well
teams,
anticipated
though.
there.
Yeah, well anticipated by the Canadians, but looks like the Australians, just with those numbers on the bottom, aren't going to let them have it. Taking it out to the wall where they know they both can be a bit safer.
The Australians fighting to bring it back into the centre. It seems that they have realised that bringing it into the centre is Canada's weak point.
It is. The Canadians do they do play more of like a corridor game, so understandable that they're quite strong on the walls and the corridors. Now, we do have a call from one of the refs. Looks like gloving against the Canadians. Yeah, he's not happy with something he's seen with. The Canadians may want to clean this up in the second half, but the girls are probably getting a bit tired. And it is very easy to foul on those walls. Now, both teams are lovely and flat in the bottom. Canadians maybe a little bit flatter. Great numbers, though, from both teams.
And it goes back into the corner there. And it'd be interesting to see what kind of rotation the Canadians have along this back wall.
Yeah, the Australians are very comfortable doing a three-way rotation, so I'm not entirely that sure what the Canadians do as far as backline rotations.
Siri.
Ooh, lovely defending there by the Canadian girls. Now, refs have called out something they're not happy with.
That will be gloving
Against the Australians, yeah. Now, the refs do keep a keen eye, especially in the defensive D, so it is very, very hard to get away with the foul that close to the goal tray. The Canadians, I'm sure, wanting to capitalise on the slight advantage that they've got. Now, a big swim from the Canadians, a huge flick, probably won't take it out the walls, but it looks like the Australians may have nabbed it and are taking it close to the Canadian sub-bench.
Well fought there from the Canadian there. I think that might have been number 6.
Now, number 4, who have we got there? Juliet. Great defending from her and great underbody work. And
some nice, solid subbing there from the Canadians, getting some fresh legs off the bench.
For a split second, there was 3 in the sub-bench, but it looks like they've got, they're subbing under... Ooh, now, bit of a drive from the Australians, but the Canadians...
well cleared.
Yeah, lovely clearing it from the Canadian girls. Looks like that was number 5?
Number 6
Number
there.
6. Oh.
That would be Amy.
Yeah, this is her second World, so one of the more experienced players. Now, great defensive work from the Canadians, just not letting the Australians in. They are very good on their walls and corridors, so this is where they are strongest.
And right on the Canadian sub-bench there, so lots of opportunity for them to sub over.
Now we've got number 10 in there, Caitlin PARR, just giving them a good old wrestle and trying to steal that puck off. Again, it looks like the Australians are trying to take it out and around.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Canadians are going to let them do it, though. So they are very strong on the walls, just kind of holding it there for a bit.
And certainly what you want here is one of the forwards to be just bringing that puck back off the wall and passing to their halfback so they can bring it into the centre.
Ooh, now big flick there from the Australian girl. Didn't see who that was, but...
Now, it did sound to me like one of the refs might have made that call before that puck went into the tray.
I don't know if that one's going to go in or not.
They may play
do we have someone out
advantage.
for a minute? Yeah, we do. We've got one of the Canadian girls, Alex Snyder, it looks like.
And that could be bad news for the Canadians now, with just 5 in the water and only 2 in the bench.
Yeah, with the Australians this close.
Number 5.
No, number 9, sorry, was it? Number 9, Alexis Snyder, yes. Yeah. So number 9, Alexis Snyder out. She is one of the more experienced players,
and we have
so
the
it'll be interesting to see how the team reacts to this. The Australians definitely wanting to capitalise, but hopefully the Canadians can keep up their defensive work. Now the Australians making drive, but the Canadians again taking out the corner. Not many numbers on the bottom, and a big flick there from... didn't catch who that was, but looks like they're going to call it a goal. They are. Well done. Number 4, was it? Oh, number 8, Jessica Cowen.
That looked like number 8 to me.
Oh, these numbers.
Yeah, wonderful work from Jess. She also a swimmer here. This is her first Worlds.
Yeah, her first Worlds, but she is a very strong player. Dirty at times, but she is very, very strong underwater.
That looks to be a
with
timeout
that
to
swinging
me.
background. It looks like one of the refs going to call a timeout. Didn't catch who it was. The Australian something? Yep.
And so what do you think the Australians will be looking to do here now, Elise?
Well, how long do we have to go?
8 minutes.
So with 8 minutes to go, the Australians is probably wanting to ease back a bit. And because they are up 9-0.
It'll certainly be a hard comeback for Canada, but
Yeah.
as they say, their goal is to get goals, not to necessarily win.
It has been a good game for the Australians. A little bit dirty, if that, but they have played a very good game.
Yeah, this second half especially, you can probably see they just had so many girls on the bottom all the time.
Fantastic moving or puck movement from the Australians, and really good to see so many numbers on the bottom and opportunities to double team. So it looks like Alexis is almost ready to jump back in, which will be very good for the Canadians. She does, though, have to touch the wall before she comes back in. Now both teams fast in the strike. Looks like the Australians, the Australians do get that one off first. Great double teaming though between the forward Natalie IREDALE and her wings. Now we've got number 8 there, Jessica COWEN, taking it straight to the walls. But the refs have called out something they're not that happy with barging against...
That would be Natalie.
Natalie.
And something you can see here is the Australians are just so flat along the bottom, whereas the Canadians are just, in places, just lifting a little too high. It'd be good to see them just a little flatter.
That thing, though, being flat on the bottom does come with experience.
That was a beautiful flick there from number 12, who I believe is their captain, Madeline.
Yeah, Madeline Steves. Well done, Madeline. Both teams playing a very middle game for this last 7 minutes, but it looks like the Australians wanting to take that one out to the walls. The Canadians, though, a fair bit strong on the walls. A bit of a drive, though, from the Australians, taking it on a 45, getting dangerously close to the goals.
Yeah, beautifully defended there by Canada.
I believe Alexis has jumped back in, so we've got a full team now, which I'm sure the Canadians will be very happy about. The Australians are taking it out and around.
And this
classic
is a dangerous
Australian move.
territory for the Canadians here.
It is, so... Yeah, big swim there. Didn't catch who that was. Looks like number 8 or 9. Great double teaming there. So good to see so many numbers on the bottom. Number 12, Maggie Biffin. So well done, Maggie. Wonderful work.
And for those who don't watch too much hockey, not every goal is scored by the forwards. Often the backs come right through just to punch it into the goal tray after a long drive from the forwards.
Yeah, so the forwards may do a drive and then the goal will be actually just driven in by the backs. It was lovely to see. So it's such double teaming between the backs and forwards.
Wonderful work from Maggie, just cleaning up a game a bit there to punch one into the tray. Good stuff, girl.
Yeah. Rather punch that than the other players. So good job, Max. Now, the Australians taking out the walls, a classic Australian move. But number 1 there.
Oh, some great underbody work there.
Yeah,
from number
lovely
1.
underbody work. So that was Samantha Blackham. This is her first World, so not the most experienced of players, but yeah, lovely underbody work from her.
Yeah, that's a Sunny Sky Pasco sort of move just there.
It is very Sunny Sky Pasco, isn't it? Now, wow, big drive there from the Canadians.
Oh, but unfortunately, she's only got one player there to back her up. Well done, number 5, anticipating she'd curl back to her.
Yeah,
number
lovely
3
drive
there, strong on the wall.
Lovely drive there for the Canadians, but unfortunately just the numbers on the bottom is what stopped it for her. Again, though, lovely driving there from number 12.
Number 12 there, their captain.
And again, number 13 there, just coming to pick it up and clean it. Oh, number 3, sorry.
And this is great now from Canada. They've just upped their numbers on the bottom.
Yeah,
so impressive.
They're a lot more aggressive this second half, which is fantastic to see.
I don't know what they're powered on, these girls. We've played 25 minutes of game and they're still going.
Big swim there from the Australian with not that many numbers on the bottom, so they're definitely wanting to capitalise on this. The girls probably tiring a little bit. Ooh, big flick there from the Australians, wanting to drive that one in.
Oh, so close there from Canada. So nearly defended.
Don't know if the ref's going to call it or not.
That
I
seems
reckon
to be a goal.
Seems to be a goal from number 12 there, Maggie Biffin.
Oh, perhaps number 13.
Oh, number 13? Katarina Alloway. Well done.
Yeah, Katarina's been a top goal scorer this game. Congratulations.
Yeah, she has. She had a cracker of a comp, hasn't she? Again, though, one of the younger players, but seems like the team's gelled really well, and she's just been whipped into shape by Chris Werman. So,
and we've had 2 training camps now for the Australian sides. Certainly more than Canada's been allowed to have, unfortunately for them. But some other countries just have mass amounts. And the Kiwis have many training camps. We do have the home advantage here, though, in Australia.
Now, the Canadians, unfortunately, not that many numbers on the bottom to back up the strike, but again, taking it for a big swim out to the walls. Lovely work to see from the Canadians.
And yep, that puck is just sitting on the wall over there.
Yeah, it looks like we may have a bit of a roll on from the Canadian girls, but the Australians, again, they do have a very strong back line, so it looks like they may turn this one around and drive it against them. The refs, though, call it something is chopping that against the Canadians. Yeah?
I've lost track of where we are. If it's the Canadian... no, that looks to be the Australians to me. That's a foul against the Australians. Oh, is it? No, it's against the Canadians.
No, it's so against the Canadians. Yeah.
Don't listen to me. I know nothing.
Well, one of us knows what's going on. So, wow, now huge, really fast drive there from the Australians.
Oh, well cleared, Canada. That was just beautiful.
Now, lovely chasing there from the Canadian girls.
Great work from their captain there, number 12.
Now, the Canadians probably wanting to just kill time for the next 3 minutes and either keep it in that corner or on the wall where they know is safe. But huge flick from there for the Australians, taking it on a 45 towards the goals. The Canadians, though, just keeping it out. So great defense from them.
Yeah, cleared again. Just wonderful work there from the Canadian backs.
Now, got some fresh legs in from the Canadians. Lots of numbers
in the bottom. Dangerous move there, flicking right up across the pool.
It is.
Seems to have paid off, though.
Seems to have paid off, but we had lots of big flicks up in the defensive D. Lots of underbody work there from the Canadian girls.
We just got a visitor there from Dave Lambert.
Oh, what a busy afternoon we've had. Now, big flick there from the Canadians, but it looks like maybe been stolen by one of the Australian girls.
Oh, but great double teaming there from Canada.
Yeah, and lovely underbody work from Samantha Blackham right there, taking it for a huge swim.
Oh, and well anticipated
lovely
there.
Double teaming.
Backing up her teammate beautifully.
Oh, lovely.
And that will be
what
a goal.
Great, yeah, lovely follow through.
Number 12 it looks to be, Maggie Biffin.
I believe.
Oh, it could be number 13.
Or 13. Didn't quite catch who that was.
Number
12.
Number 12. That will be number 12, Maggie Biffin.
Sorry about that if you're watching at home and came up as Katarina. Katarina, though, you've played a very good game, so...
Both these girls actually very strong this game.
Oh, wait, maybe it was number 13.
It was either Maggie or Katarina.
Now, it looks like the Australians are calling a timeout, all the Canadians.
Now we've got just 2 minutes left of this game. What are your thoughts, Elise?
Well, the Australians are 12 up, but it has been a very interesting game to watch. They a great double teaming, but they seem to be playing with a little bit less intensity as they did the game against South Africa.
And although Canada is perhaps one of the more junior teams on this squad, and again with only 8 players, you certainly don't want to underestimate any team in this tournament.
Oh no, and it is so important to keep up that intensity regardless of who you're playing. So,
and we had the Canadian under-23 women score their second goal of the tournament today against the Australian under-23 women. Super impressive work from them.
Now we've got 10 seconds left of this timeout. Hopefully the Canadians can keep the intensity up.
And hopefully they can minimise this destruction and move it just into the corner and hold it there.
Yeah, so probably just killing time for the next 1 minute, a minute and a half. Now the Australians just a little bit flatter on the bottom than the Canadians. Taking it out to the wall, looks like. A bit of a drive, looks like, by the Australians. Just fantastic double teaming, so great anticipation from the girls and their teammates.
Yeah, certainly in this latter half of the game, the girls have been reading each other much, much better, just following through, support, just fantastic to see from the Australians.
Now, lots of numbers on the bottom from both teams, which is fantastic to see, but the Australians just pulling in that 45.
We'll see if Canada can defend this by bringing it back into the corner now. Just a minute left to play.
Yeah, Canada are very strong on the walls, so they may be able to hold this one out, but the Australians, though...
Australians bringing it back and around.
Classic Australian move, though.
A great development from where they were playing just at the beginning of this game.
It is so hard to wall bash, and so very smart move by the Australians taking it out and around. Not that many numbers on the bottom, though, so the Canadians being able to go for a bit of a run.
Oh, and hopefully the Canadians will be bringing this one down the wall now. Oh, but the ref's seen something he doesn't like there.
Yeah, just as the Canadians looking to get a bit of a run on.
Oh, and it's against the Australians. This
Yeah, it
could
looks
be
like
a
we've got
great
chopping
opportunity
against
now.
the Australians. So hopefully the Canadians are able to capitalise on this one here.
And it's great to see all your support there in the live chat box from everyone. Thank you for supporting your daughters in this game, all your friends.
Now, we have only 25 seconds left, but it looks like the Canadians are getting a bit of a run on. So the Australians just... big swim there from...
And a wonderful switch there from
Natalie
the Australians.
IREDALE, it looks like.
Going
Yeah,
wall to
very, very
wall.
deep switch between Natalie IREDALE and Emma Horak, so two of the more experienced players. The Australians do like to play a very open game, which does tend to tire out their opponents. Again, a nice big switch and flick there
Well
between
flicked,
Natalie
but
IREDALE.
unfortunately didn't go to anyone, but it won't matter as we've just called time.
Yeah, I believe that's full time. So congratulations to the Australian girls. Now it looks like we're going to cross on over to the pool deck.
Yeah, we'll just run and see if we can
Poolside
grab
now.
some interviews. Congratulations to both teams. Game for the Australians, but well done to Canada.
Well done to the Canadians.
Yeah, there was some
they played a very,
beautiful-
very good game.
Beautiful defence there, and they did bring it into the Australian half a number of times. Unfortunately, they weren't able to sink that goal.
Yeah, the Australians just too aggressive against
But they
the
will
Canadian
be meeting
girls.
again, will they? Have
They will, I
They will
believe.
be, and another opportunity for Canada to hopefully get a goal, hopefully play another really great game against the Australians.
All right, now I'm just going to chuck a
Yeah, we'll just go see if we can
poolside.
grab some interviews with these girls. Congratulations, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Yep, we'll see you around.
So with court one, which is it court one, that one? No, this one. This one.
This one. You
Yeah, so the camera's there up on the top. Try to stand in between the couches.
Okay.
Close to the end and just grab them as it
Yep, okay.
And the camera's there for that court. Just that's perfect.
Yep, no worries.
Stand somewhere here and you get that in the ball. And then you get some,
Okay. Is this on?
girls coming here. She'll probably wanna speak.
Hi, how you going? Good. How do you think you played that game?
I think we played well. Yeah.
Looks like you guys had quite a defensive game, but really great work there by your backline. You guys did really, really well to keep it out for so long.
Thank you. Yeah, we tried to keep it under 12.
So you are quite an experienced team, I hear, this year, so and quite young. Some of your members.
Yeah, we're quite young, but half of our team has already been to Worlds before. So
Oh, that's really wonderful news to hear. Well done.
thank you.
You played a really good game though. We should be very proud of the score. So I'll see you around.
Bye.
Gabs! Hello. This is out for a minute for unsportsmanlike conduct. What was that for?
I have no idea.
Hold on. You gotta come over this way with me. That's a lot better. So, unsportsmanlike conduct. The old... Is that a fine or is that a fine?
Yep, that'll be a fine.
Hey, good job though. You scored a couple of goals I saw. Well done.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So do you have anything to say for the players back home or the supporters back home watching us or watching you live?
Yeah, just keep coming, cheer us up a bit. Yeah, basically that's about it.
Well, you played a fantastic game, so well done. And I'll see you this afternoon for your South African game.